In the last episode, we reviewed the most advanced armor in the world. However, they will be useless, but soldiers themselves lack skills or experience. So how are true heroes forged? Let's take a look with me, KM, today's takeaway.
Navy SEAL is among the most famous forces in history. SEAL soldiers are just as good as in collecting data and rescuing hostages as they are in taking down targets. It is not exaggerated to say that only the best are accepted to SEAL, as 85% of applicants are disqualified. In the first 6 months of training, new SEAL forces will have their hands and feet bound before jumping into the water. That's not all. They have to hold their breath for 5 minutes before emerging to breathe for 5 minutes. After that, they will move on to the 100-meter swim segment. To finish one training session, the recruits will have to dive to the bottom of the lake and use their teeth to pick up an item. In addition, they also have to earn skills such as push-ups, parachute, overcoming harsh terrain, running about 6.5 kilometers on wet sand for half an hour. During this first week, they have to train for over 132 hours per week, which means 5 hours of resting per day. After passing the physical training, Navy SEAL are equipped with skills such as tactics, first aid, night diving in cold water, firing weapons. Surviving all of this and you will officially become a member of the US Navy SEAL. But before their first mission, SEAL newbies have to spend 12 months on joint training with real guns and bullets. Number 2. Spetsnaz. Spetsnaz is the only thing that stands between Russia and its national security threats. First, they learn to work in teams and equip themselves with survival skills, and this is not something you see on Bear Grylls' show. Soldiers drop into the desert or jungle, and they have to find their way back on time. Needless to say, the chance of death from heat, starvation or thirst is real. The whole team regularly beat the crap out of newcomers, and there's nothing they can do about it. Fun fact, Spetsnaz are not allowed to eat as much as they want, because a full stomach will slow them down. Spetsnaz masters all kinds of weapons, deliver the perfect hit with minimum effort but maximum damage. Their mental strength is also pushed to their new heights. Each soldier is bombarded with insults and punishments for no reason. The one who stays strong might become the leader of others. Number 3. Army Ranger. Rangers, these commandos are the elite of the US Army. They are the ones you should call when you need an assault on an enemy stronghold. The badge Ranger is also proof of hard-boiled soldiers in US Army, and this can only be done by completing a 61-day challenge, 20 hours per day for training, 1 meal per day, and several hours left for hygiene and resting. There's little time to rest, and students will only eat once or twice a day. Each ranger must be able to run 100 meters with a teammate on their back, a skill that allows them to save lives on the battlefield. At night, each troop carries 27 kilograms of luggage and walks 24 kilometers to return to their barracks. Many had to chew coffee and even put chili sauce around their eyes to stay sober. After a month, rangers fly to Everglades, enter a training phase in the swamp. Here they learn how to survive in tropical swamps, how to deal with poisonous reptiles and snakes. These memories are to stay in their mind for good. Number 4. Vietnam Sappers. Sappers are the secret weapons of Vietnam People's Army, and as the name suggests, they are real weapons. These men are special soldiers, handpicked to fight against terrorists, riots, rescue hostages, protect governmental leaders, and provide security for national events. These sappers are able to make no sound when swimming over 10 kilometers. dive as far as 1,000 meters, withstand water pressure and waves, and use heavy firepower to attack those who trespass national maritime sovereignty. One of the nightmares for sappers is the pressure adjustment cabin, where they have to endure different levels of pressure continuously, so that sappers adapt to the massive pressure deep underwater. This exercise is such a torture to the sappers' lungs, but it is inevitable to maneuver freely underwater for a long time in real missions. The Xinhua newspaper of China wrote some description of Vietnamese sappers training as follows. Each sapper has to carry 500 kilograms of equipment and move them underwater. In the summer, Vietnamese sappers have to bury themselves in hot sand, which can raise their body temperature to 45 degrees Celsius. The Chinese news agency even compared Vietnamese sappers with the US SEAL team. Number 5. SAS Special Forces. SAS, or Special Air Service, is a British Special Air Force founded in 1941 and considered the standard task force in the world. SAS' main task is to conduct special military operations combating terrorism in UK and also globally. SAS experts are trusted trainers around the world with skills and experience in guerrilla warfare and combat skills in unexpected conditions. Members of SAS are officers and soldiers in the British Army who are rigorously selected through extremely harsh training. However, there are fierce conditions to be an SAS, one of which is the ability to swim over 2 miles in 90 minutes. The next test is to run 4 miles in 30 minutes. That's not all. Soldiers must survive the jungle, together with many other challenges. Every year, 125 candidates strictly selected apply to be a proud member of SAS, but only 10 or less than 10% are qualified. These elites stay strong against snowstorms and stay firm in low oxygen conditions. This is the result of numerous training days around the world. In one special training, SAS soldiers are interrogated for 36 hours straight, experienced the worst forms of torture, both physically and mentally. Their only mission is to keep their mouths shut about themselves or their organization. Number 6. The North Korean Storm Corps. North Korea has always been proud of their military power as a deterrent to their nemesis and also neighbor, South Korea. To safeguard the country from surprise attack, North Korea has no choice but to invest heavily in the recruitment and training of soldiers. This gives birth to North Korean Storm Corps. They are the band of young soldiers selected from the best around the country. Every soldier of Storm Corps can fight 15 opponents at a time, and every day a Storm soldier punches the tree trunk at least 5,000 times. After 1 month, the tree trunk is replaced with the lacerated tin can with sharp edges. Their fist would bleed out, but of course they are not allowed to stop. The next step is to punch in salt. You would be surprised to know how it might feel on your skin. This simple exercise is said to help Storm Corps warriors punch an enemy to death. A rare survivor after an encounter with Storm Corps said the most terrifying thing is that these North Korean fighters do not look much different from a normal person. One can only tell who they are after a handshake, as their hands are as hard as a brick. However, Storm Corps are best at assault assassination thanks to their agility and the ability to use throwing weapons. They are said to be fast enough to dodge thrown blades in close range. In return, if the attacker was a North Korean soldier, it would surely be difficult for the opponent to survive. And that has been the top 6 soldier training programs in the world. Would you take it if given a chance? How do you defend yourself against these killing machines? We surely want to hear your answers.
And that's it for today's takeaway. What do you think? Which one wowed you the most? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share our video to support our next product. Thanks for watching and see you next time.